Welcome back to the Pioneer Sideline. I promise you a special treat. We'll get to that in just a second. Kevin Calhoun is going to join us one more time. And Kevin, talking about the standings, Point Park, you mentioned, cannot finish lower than third. So they're looking to still get that maybe possible home game, maybe Tuesday, maybe a doubleheader between Point Park and Wilberforce. We'll bring up the AMC standings right now. And we're pretty much set for the AMC tournament. We got the 1, 2, 3, and 4. It's just a matter of how really 2 and 3 are going to figure in. Damon up the top, 8 and 2. Wilberforce at 7 and 3. Point Park 6 and 5. Roberts Wesleyan at 4 and 6. And Kevin, possibility for Point Park to maybe get that home game.
Yeah, the Pioneers looking for the home game, but they need some help, oddly enough, from another playoff team. They need Roberts Wesleyan to knock off Wilberforce on Saturday, and they need to win at Damon. If they can do that, Aaron, then they will get the home game. The likelihood of that, the way Wilberforce is playing right now, not all that high. It is a home game out there in Ohio for Wilberforce with Roberts Wesleyan on the road. Obviously, Roberts Wesleyan, a far better home team than road team, so the Pioneers do need a little help.
Okay, so let's get into this. Let's get to the Pioneer Playbook coming at you right now. And we talked about Asa Braxton and how good the Heathertons are, but there's a certain play that we found in this game against Fisher that really demonstrates the Point Park offense here. Take us through it, Calhoun.
Okay, yeah, we had this in the highlight. I'm going to get out of the way. We had this in the highlight earlier on. Aaron, you see Robbie Hetherington bringing the ball to the floor. Look at this pass. Unbelievable. Outside, Asa Braxton, reigning AMC Player of the Week twice now, finds Jimmy Taylor on the elbow. Easy jumper. But the way that this works for the Pioneers, if we stop it here, we know how good the Pioneers are in transition. Everyone thinking, it's a Hetherington. Shot first. Robbie knows where he's going with the ball. You can let it go. You can see all the Roberts Wesleyan players jamming down low. You got 4 guys down below that first hash. Stop it here. Jimmy Taylor, he knows where the open spot is. He's going to hit this shot. You can let it go. We know he's going to knock this shot down. Too easy for the Pioneers, Aaron. Transition game. That's what wins.
Hey, that's regular ball, really. You're going to run the basketball up and down the court. Quick points, quick transitioning. That's what Point Park wants to do. A little bit opposite from what we see from the women's team. We'll get into that in just a second. So Point Park, as this week will go on, they got 1 game. They'll take on Damon Saturday, and it could come down to that. Wilberforce has 2 games. They take on Walsh. That won't count towards the AMC standings. But on Saturday, before the Point Park men play, they will take on Roberts Wesleyan. Will be a home game for them, so we'll see how that one plays out. And really the winner of that game, whoever wins on Saturday, whether it be Wilberforce or Point Park, Wilberforce, if they both win, will get the home game. Point Park will travel to Wilberforce on Tuesday, the start of the AMC tournament. And we'll just have to see how it plays out. Now for the women, things are a little bit more set up. If we just go ahead and bring up the AMC standings for the women's basketball teams, Point Park solid right now at number 1. Damon at number 2 at 10 and 2. Roberts Wesleyan 8 and 4. Houghton at 5 and 7. Carlo is in there, but it will come down to tomorrow as Point Park will take on Carlo. If Point Park wins, they are the number 1 seed. No one's breaking them off. They will host the AMC tournament if they could win through. Carlo, if they lose tomorrow to Point Park, they'll be eliminated. Point Park will see Houghton coming in. So, Matt, good for the Pioneers as they'll be hosting their first ever AMC playoff game.
Yeah, the Pioneers are really in the driver's seat in this one. You really just have to look at what they can do coming into playoff time. They already locked up the number 1 seed, as you said, Aaron, and they're just really looking unstoppable right now. They really responded well after that loss at Walsh University and coming back and beating the Roberts Wesleyan team. So, they're just looking pretty unstoppable going into playoff time, and it's interesting to see what they'll be able to do this weekend.
Well, we know the defense is there, Matt, but we've figured in on a couple plays from Point Park. They like to move the ball around, and you had one particular play that you really liked coming from that Roberts Wesleyan game. So why don't you go ahead and break it down? Pioneer Playbook for the women's side.
Looking at this play here, we're going to roll the tape real quick. You see their floor general and April Austin will dish it outside to Katrice Savitsky, and then April Austin's going to play around with it a little bit, and then she's going to make her move to the inside and wait. She's going to go back into Johnson Peterkin. She'll throw it back to the outside. Katrice Savitsky wide open for 3, and she nails that opportunity for the Pioneers. Let's slow it down a little bit. So we see April Austin. She'll go to the outside. She'll go to Katrice Savitsky. She'll fake the shot, go back to April Austin, and she's going to go to the right, and she'll drive into lane, but she'll use Johnson Peterkin. And let's stop it right here. And Johnson Peterkin, there's 3 Robert Wesleyan players around here. And usually Johnson Peterkin's going to try and go up with that. But let's continue to tape. And she'll go on the outside here, and she finds a wide open Katrice Savitsky, and she just really nails the 3 there. And, the Pioneers, they really have to use Johnson Peterkin there, and that's what they need to do. Johnson Peterkin finding out that she can pass to the ball, and it really helped the teams.
Great breakdown there, Matt. And, yeah, they worked the ball around. They got some set plays for us, and I'm sure, great first installment here of the Pioneer Playbook. Good stuff from everyone here. Matt, Kevin, thank you very much. We're going to step away for a quick commercial break. When we come back, we will have the Courthouse Staff and Case of the Week. We're talking Todd Haley and the Steelers. Do you like the offensive coordinator move? We'll see how the crew thinks right on the next break.